Yo, what is up, guys? Pigmento here, back with another vlog review. This time we got 100 Thieves Arkhram. He placed first in the Dreamhack NA West Finals. Dominant. He had 500 points. Second place had 300 something points. You know, he really beat the competition. Average placement, 6. Average kills, I believe it was 2, maybe 2 or 3. So he had a lot of kills, great placement. So, starting off with what we're seeing right now with this boat rotate. I'm gonna go to the battle map right now. We're gonna speed up our drone. So, rickety rig, he gets guaranteed pad, right? Then he goes dead side, no matter what. So this time, because zone's to the right, it's kind of far and up to the right. He takes a boat all the way around to get on this dead side, which is anywhere really here on this right side. Dirty, this little lake house, right? So every time he goes dead side. If it pulls up north, he uses some of these geysers around here, and then he gets up north on this dead side by this castle, right? So, every single time he gets dead side, even if he needs to take a little storm. You know, this time he didn't, right? Another thing, normally you will see him running crash pads. I think this game he did not find crash pads, or maybe only 3. So he does not have them. He has a sniper instead. That's alright, whatever. He has 2 healing slots. That's pretty normal. But with these crash pads, Arkhram is a beast. I saw 3 times, so I watched every single game of Arkham's. I chose this one just because he wasn't on height this time. But pretty much every single game, he was on height. He would have won so many more games if it weren't for the shockwave launcher. There were numerous times that he was just shockwaved off height by the shockwave launcher, or shockwave just took it, right? But before that, like, without that shockwave launcher, he's on height every single time. That's an amazing feat. But anyways, now we're just seeing him go into zone. This is him. You can see in the minimap, bottom right-hand corner. He's getting his way in zone. He's trying to go for this guy. Because I guess the guy's never going to go 2x. He does need storage. But what was I going to say? So he crash pads and gets height pretty much every single time. He yoinked height 3 times by doing that, you know? And because of that, he was able to get a win. Because he got height with the crash pad. And he got a 2nd place and a 3rd place because he had height because of the crash pads. I'm gonna slow it down right here. He's going to go into a box fight. Let's see how he approaches this fight. This is a good player, you know, and he knows that. He's ready. He's like, okay, yeah, I know this is a good player right here. Look at that peek. So he always stayed right next to this wall on the right, so he didn't even get touched. He did 28 damage to his opponent, but he didn't get touched. That was great. A little peek right there. Still going for the wall. That time he's a little bit too slow. That's okay. Still staying on this right-hand peak. See that right-hand peak? He's not even exposed. You know, hit that crack. Now cone in the box. You guys gotta go cone the box right away. Boom shot in the back. That was Turtle Tavern. He placed 7th in the Dreamhack Anaheim, you know? Like, that's quick dead. Quick refresh, right? Now he has the peppers. Now he has all the loot. Someone does try and come in and steal his loot, though. So, one thing for Arkhram, expand on the loot sooner. Like, look, there's 300 metal. It's like 500 bricks. See, look at this kid. He just tries to get in. Look at that. He steals all the loot. So, excuse me. Just expand more. Just quicker. There's so many extra mats. Just expand. Yeah, look at the chug splashes. Just stolen. Unfortunate. So, expand on loot. See, look. He kind of lost some in loot. Whatever. It's alright. He still has some of the mats, though. Anyways, like I was saying, Arkhram with crash pads on height. He crash pads up with 7 builds, right? 70 materials, okay? He can only do 7 building pieces, but he still goes for height. You know, if someone's trying to contest height, and there's someone else on height, that person on height before does not know, like, how many mats this person has. But if they're going for height, you know, it's kind of, you gotta assume that, hey, this person may be really stacked, you know, I don't have too many mats. They may have more than the person that's going for height, but still, a lot of the times they'll drop. That's what happened, you know? That's what's gonna happen every time. Anyway, so Arkhram, here he goes early. Actually, not too early. Zone pulls, he goes halfway through, uses some of these old builds, uses a couple of his wooden builds, then builds in metal. Build in metal, right here, 3rd zone, build in metal, okay? You guys don't want to get sprayed, especially because he's not in the best position. Look, there's kid up on the hill, kid on the house, on the same level, and then there's this kid right next to him at a higher elevation, right? So if they all want to spray, they could, but because he's in metal, that'll protect him a bit, right? So, That's good. He's chilling. Anyways, he does have 2 launch pads from that refresh. We are going to do 4x because he is just going to be looking through his cone. So we'll go ahead, speed it up. But yeah, so this game, he plays mid and low ground. So that's something you guys need to do as well. Let me turn off my frames. Lol. Okay. So he's not only a height player, but he does know how to take height. He does know how to play mid ground really well. So that's amazing. You know, you guys need to learn how to play mid ground and be able to take height really late. That's what Arkhram does. Okay, so he popped Pepper. Now he's going. I think we can go 2x. Actually, let's watch what he does. So he heard that kid, so he builds. You can use a couple building, but if you have a Pepper, most people will ignore you. Like, see, that kid's rotating. He's not going to shoot. Like, you have a Pepper, that kid's never going to shoot you. He does get tagged a little bit right here because somebody's already based up in zone. That's the person that shot him. If you're rotating with someone else, you have a Pepper, they don't. If they're a smart player, like in the finals, I think everyone is at least decently smart. They're not going to shoot at you because you have a Pepper, you know? There's no way. The only people that are going to shoot you are if they're based up, right? So that's the only thing to be careful of. He does have 2 pads, so he's just chilling right now. I think he does. Yeah, half and half pulls close to him, so that's all right. I want you guys to look at the minimap in a second. Look at the split. Look at where the players are positioned. Just because of the natural terrain, you guys need to like know where is going to be congested. So we're just watching. He is going to recycle a crash pad. We're going to go 2x in a second just to watch this. He goes down. He sees a crash pad. He just hits it. Good play. Look, he's already in zone. You know. So recycling crash pads, I think it's great. You know, more mobility you can recycle as well. He didn't quite see anyone else going for it at the time. There was one kid that was coming up. He just did a quick shot. Move on. That's okay. You know, he has extra shield anyways if he gets tagged up. Okay, we're pausing. Take a look at this map really quick. Look, everyone's just on either side of the river. Let me get the names out of here. Names go away. All right, look at this congestion. There's no one in the crevice, right, in this waterfall. That's good. So just realize everyone's just on this mountain, on either side of the mountain. And this is the side that was Storm, right, that just got revealed. That side's also really dead. So if you run along this left side right here, that's going to be really free. That's the dead side for this rotate. So let's watch Arkhram. How he's going to do it? Well, he has 2 pads. You know, we're going to see him in the one side here. I believe he does go for the double pad. Look at where he lands as well. He has never died on a pad. Like there's no one in his box ever. So he does a high pad. Watch where he lands. He's going to land right there. Okay. Well, look at that. Let's go drone free. He could have landed on the Sky's Tarp, here on low ground, right? But no, not really. He doesn't want to because look at all these kids landing down on low ground right at the front. See, someone's landing there. You know, someone's landing over there. Someone else is landing right here, you know? So he lands farther back. No one lands on him. So that's great. Look at him. He's chilling. He's shooting back now. So he still has 1 more pad. He still has 1 more pepper. Peppers are, I'd say you should save the pepper, use the pad here. That's what he does, I believe. But if you can save a pepper for that second moving, that's really going to help you out. So let's watch right here. He does use another pad. All right, very nice. He lands on this kid. This one is fine. He landed on high elevation, right? Close to front zone. You may ask me, hey, I thought you just said he doesn't do that. Well, guess what? Because that was his second launch pad. Let's do a drone free really quick. Oop, we're all the way back here. Okay, drone free. This is him in the brick. Who is padding right now? This kid's not padding. He's flying. Like he had a shockwave. This one kid is flying. Okay, let's look. Is there anyone else flying? No, there's no one else flying. Because guess what? He padded super late, right? Because that was his second pad. So, because it was his second pad, there's only 1 kid flying right now. That kid probably recycled his pad. So if there's no one flying, you know, the chances of someone landing in your box are much lower. So he can prioritize the good position, you know, as being close to front side zone and on high elevation. So that's what he does when he has 2 pads, or he's able to, or if he pulls the close first moving zone, right? He's gonna land higher up because he is on high elevation always, right? If he had a crash pad, right? He could crash pad and get height right now. That's how close he is. So, you know, if he had crash pads, he'd probably take it soon. You know, unfortunately, he does not see. You could crash pad up to that, take it easy, right? That's how high he plays. He plays on this very high mid-ground layer. Okay, let's watch this rotate. He does shoot that out. It's all right. He does take it though. You know, reusing these crash pads. Look at all these mats he was able to save. I'm sure he got tagged for 20. Whatever. He has a lot of shield. You know. Now he's on low ground. He realizes he does not want to play high. You know, with someone on high ground, zone pulling max distance. So that's right. He uses a pepper, gets himself into good positioning. You know, this is why you want your pepper in second moving. You can get yourself in this great position. You can get yourself some impact frags. Because if you have a pepper, you're moving the speed of light. You know, no one's gonna tag you. You can have a great advantage in box fights. You know, you can take a wall, put in a cone, speed right in their box. You know, especially if you have no mats at this time. Because look, Arkhram has 10 builds right now, 5 builds. Okay, so how's he gonna get out of here? How's he gonna get his impact? Who's he gonna look for? He does reuse this crash pad. You're gonna see him reuse these crash pads all the time. Now look, he's trying to get in this person's box. It's a great play. Look, he only has 1 build. I'm sure he's aware of this. Look at this too. He's going on backside of zone, so no one can third party in. Anyways, gets right in his face. Unfortunately, did not shoot his shotgun. That's okay though. He was able to clean it up with his AR tracking. But look at this, dropping weapons. Everyone should do it by now. You know, I hope you know it. Auto reloads you, right? Do it every single time you're healing. Now look, he doesn't have to reload. He's dropping again. I don't know, he already did. That's okay. He did not pop his big. Whatever. 7 builds. So he's looking at that. And did you just hear that? That was the shockwave sound. The doing, the shockwave launcher. So he knows it's in play. He's not going to go for height. Because a lot of times, at this time, he would go for height. You know, especially with crash pad. But he heard the shockwave, so he's not going to crank because he knows shockwave is most likely on height, right? So, that's good awareness, especially if you hear the grappler too. You got to be careful of that. Anyways, he's trying to pressure this kid. He does need another impact, only 4 builds. Trying to hop in, sees the kid on low ground. Great pump. You know, gets in. That's fine. That's great. Great aim. Good awareness. Kid on low ground. Usually they're shambles. And yes, this kid was pretty shambles. I think he was only maybe 50 shield, right? Much easier fight to take. So, he's hearing shockwaves. He can tell that the shockwave is on height, so he's going to make sure to cover his tops. See, that kid just got shockwaves, so, you know, unfortunate for that kid. But he's aware. That was a great shot. He played back of Storm. So if you have no mats like Arkhram, look, he has no mats right now. How the hell does he have 1,000 shotgun ammo? Okay, besides the point. But, you know, he's playing back of Storm because he has no mats. You know, this guy in front of him probably does not have many mats either, right? So he's just waiting, you know, playing the back of Storm. The height doesn't have a good angle on him because he's playing back in Storm behind old builds, right? So he has a good angle right there. Watch out for the shockwave. See, you can run away from the shockwave to avoid it. He does see these mats. That was great. Great spotting right there. You know, he's boxed up. He could have farmed that tree maybe. It wouldn't really do much, to be honest. Did you see that? A little bait right there. Trying to get that guy to shockwave, and maybe he almost shockwaved himself. I was watching Midi. Midi's on height right now. He almost shockwaved himself in Storm. So that was a really good play. Unfortunately, Arkhram did not have that much HP. He lost the final 1v1. But guess what? That's okay. This game, let's see, 4 kills, 20 points, right? Second place, 53 points. Do the math, 73-point game. That's huge, especially when second place has like 340 points, you know? If you have 5 of those games, then guess what? You're tied with second, right? So that's crazy. So that's a really good game. You guys got to learn the format. So Dreamhack format, getting these placements, getting second, getting third, getting top 10 even is huge points, you know? Kills are a bonus, right? They're not too huge. It's just these placements. If you're consistent like Arkhram, average placement of 6, that's a ton of points, right? In 8 games, he got probably first, second, third, 6th, 27th was his worst game. So that's really good. 1, he didn't die off spawn. He alphaed up his POI. And yeah, he just, even though he did get that, even though he gets a guaranteed pad, you know, he still plays it really well. Gets to endgame every single game. So, anyways, this was the VOD review of Arkhram. If you guys want to maybe, I can show you guys his drop at Rickety Rig and how he loots it, how he fights there. I can make a video on that as well, because I'm sure a lot of you guys will want to go to Rickety Rig now, because you know there's that guaranteed pad and Arkhram 1 going there. But, anyways, that's it for the VOD review of his one game that I played mid-ground, and that's it for Pigmento.